Like, you can grieve somebody that is still yet amongst the living.
It's my life, it's my right. I'ma do it how I want to. It's my life, it's my right. Simply Shayla.
Have you ever had somebody in your life and life told you that they weren't supposed to be in your life at the time? A friend of mine had asked me a while back, maybe 2 months ago, he'd asked me how I grieve. And literally, I'm telling y'all, like, whenever God gives me something or tells me something, or like it's like whenever God is about to take me through something, it's like he will mention it, or he will prepare it, or it will just, he gets me ready. So I wasn't thinking about grieving. I wasn't thinking, that was not on my brain or anything. So whenever I answered the question, I was like, oh, how do I grieve? So whenever I lost my grandfather back in maybe 2009, it was when I was in college. I can't remember the exact date. I know it was in September. But whenever I grieved him, it's like I just avoided it. I just tried to pretend like it didn't happen, to just kind of numb myself, because it was just like too much to handle. But whenever my friend had asked me, I started to think about just how I grieve. Like I said, so I avoid. I try not to think about it. I try to not look at pictures, not look at anything that would remind me of him. And I realized that in the same way that I grieved my grandfather, I had been grieving a friend that was very close to me. And I don't think people talk about it enough to really shed light on the fact that that's a possibility. Like, you can grieve somebody that is still yet amongst the living, literally miles away. You could literally get there quickly if you wanted to, do the things. You could pick up where you left off at, those types of things. And at the same time, because you care about yourself, because you care about the space that you're in, and kind of knowing yourself, you just know that it's just not the best decision. But it is so healthy to just make sure that you properly grieve friendships, relationships, all those things, relationships with like boyfriend, girlfriend, relationships with people that are very close to you, that are like family, siblings, whatever the case may be. Just grieving those people, and not just moving on, not just picking up where you left off, replacing them or whatever. Just like really taking the time to properly grieve the time that you spent with them, the time that you had, the memories that were made. I'm a photographer, so I take a lot of pictures. So like, there's a lot of, pretty much my whole life has been documented at this point. Like, I take pictures, videos of everything. You ask my mama, she'll tell you, like, don't mess up in front of Shayla, because she gonna get it. And that's that. And it's not even just like, oh, I'm trying to hold it over your head, but I just like to look back. And when it has come to grieving someone that's alive, it's like you have those moments where you're just doing life. You're just like, oh, everything's great. Everything's amazing. It's exactly how I want it to be. And then you realize, like, when it's time to do things that you enjoy with that person, that they're not around to do it anymore. Like, yes, you can call them. Yes, they're not far away, but you can't call them anymore. It's like it's a blockage. It's something there, just like, don't do that. So it's like you go through those things. Like, say if you want to go shopping, like this particular person I did everything with, like especially girl things with, shopping, makeup, all the things. And I don't have her anymore. I don't have her to pick up the phone to be like, girl, what you think about this? Is this cute or is it not cute? Or, how my makeup look? Or what do you think I should say? Oh, don't say that, because y'all be wild, and I'm learning that even today. I'll be saying some stuff. Anyway, that's another thing. So like, just not having that. So now it's making me one, I'm grateful for it because it's making me step into who I'm supposed to be and making my own decisions and letting myself know and confirming myself and say, yeah, girl, you is cute. Yeah, girl, your makeup do look good. Yeah, your outfit is good. Like making sure that I represent Shayla and not the collective has been very healing in itself. However, I do still have those moments where I'm just like, dang, I wish she was still here. I wish that I could still call her and laugh and do all these things, and just valuing myself enough to know that, it's not the best decision for me at this time in my life. But just, I think my point is today is to just kind of acknowledge and breathe life into the fact that it is possible to choose yourself and say, hey, this person shouldn't be a part of my life, but then also very much so miss them and want them around and miss the times and all those things. Because someone that you're telling this part to, that I miss you and all that stuff, would simply say, call, get back to do the things, get back into action. But it's a matter of, it's almost like this person is dead and they don't exist anymore. And it's like just having to move forward. And it's possible. You can move forward. You can make it. You will ultimately, when you take the proper time to grieve and just really give yourself time. Don't feel like a punk for doing it, because I did. I feel like a punk. Like, girl, why is you crying today about this? She's crying about you. She don't care about what you got going on. Also, just giving myself that space because I need that. There's something that I miss, something that I wish that I still had access to that I don't. And it's okay to grieve that. And it's important to grieve, period, because if we don't take the time to properly grieve somebody or something, even the life that we thought we would have, those things, we have to grieve everything. If we don't take that time to properly grieve it, when we're just doing life, it'll come up at the most inopportune moments, where you're in the most important business meeting of your life and you're just breaking down, or you're in the grocery, whatever, you're doing something important that needs your full focus, and you won't be able to properly give it your full focus because you haven't properly grieved. That's even with trying to interact with new people, new relationship building and stuff like that. If you don't allow yourself to grieve, though, that grieving will then surface in these new relationships and these new things that God is trying to get to you. So today, honestly, all I want to say is just take the time to grieve. Don't feel crazy for grieving somebody that you shouldn't grieve. Even relationships, guys, that, people that put their hands on me, and because I was in a domestic violence relationship, I've experienced a lot of different hurts and things, and people that I walked away, rightfully so, but I had to choose myself. I had to say, this is not enough. But then maybe a week from then, or maybe months, or maybe even years later, I'd be like, dang, I miss them. I miss laughing with them. I miss doing these things with them. And it's okay to grieve them. It's okay to miss them, because that means that the interactions and the relationships that you built were real. And just honor that. Don't feel less than. Don't feel like, I don't know, just allow yourself to feel the feelings that you feel, because in allowing yourself to feel them, it is actually a way of controlling them, and a way of being strong is to just allow it to come forth. So anyway, I just encourage y'all to take the time, maybe look at some past relationships and things, or lifestyles, or whatever that you thought you might have for forever and it's not here anymore. Take the time to look at those and say, like, what am I grieving? Like, am I grieving? Because you may not know that you are, or it's necessary to do it for something, but it is. So take the time. You're important. How you feel matters. Yeah. Anyway, but I love y'all. Thank y'all again, once again, for watching. Just always remember that every Sunday at 2, your girl is coming through.
Simply Shayla.